What's up, nerds? Plugged In is back and better than ever. I'm your host, Max Vigue, along with Reese and X. Today we're going to be talking about the new season of Digimon, the new Supergirl movie coming out, and so much more. Let's roll that intro. So the new season of just came out, and specifically with the Viltrumite War arc, I am so excited.
Me too.
Like, it looks amazing so far. Like, it's almost like one for one with the comics, but I would argue a lot of the character development they've done with fleshing out these characters is a lot better than what it has been in the comics. What about your guys' thoughts?
So I managed to get to episode 5. I have not watched the latest episode 6, which is out at the time of recording. I need to watch it. I'm still slightly traumatized by episode 5, which is, I think, probably the best episode of this season so far.
Whole lot of spaghetti.
Guys,
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what season we're on.
Season 5.
Season
No, we're on season
5?
4. We're on season 4. I can't.
Season 4.
I
my
can't
bad.
do numbers. We're on season 4.
We're on season 4.
My bad,
okay.
guys. Apparently I can't do math, which is not out of character for me. But yeah, no, it's been pretty good so far. The animation's definitely picked up from PNG slideshows at certain points.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty bad.
Yeah, especially that one shot of the Immortal just kind of like descaling as he goes back into the planet. Like, what are we doing, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, episode 5 of season 4 was so far one of the better ones. The episode before that, though, that was the Damien Darkblood episode.
I mean, it wasn't terrible. It just felt out of place.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. I did like the scene where they were like falling for 2 straight minutes, though. That made me laugh a bit.
It was pretty funny. I think the main thing is that this is such like a pivotal arc within Invincible that it kind of felt out of place to have this like almost like side tangent plot. I know they've been building up to it for a while now, but like I don't know, they could have saved that to replace something else. I mean, later seasons, I know they're doing the reboot arc, which I think is garbage. So I don't know. I feel like they could have saved it for a different time, but whatever. It's just me.
I mean, I understand what the purpose of the episode was. It was just to sort of get Mark back into the, I guess, kind of the superhero mindset that not everything is his fault. Not everything can be.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, not everything can be like all good or all bad. Sometimes things are just neutral, and you gotta sort of just live in that little gray area.
Yeah, it made Mark have to lock in, which
Yeah.
I feel like he definitely needs for this arc. Because, I mean, like, I know he's been through a lot, but like, there's like moments where he's like, I don't know if I could do this, Cecil. Cecil, I need you. Like, bro, I need you, Cecil. Like, bro, you're literally about to get taken over by like roided up aliens. Lock in, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no comments, I'm gonna be honest. I'm so far behind.
You gotta catch up.
I'm not a TV show person. I really can't do any TV show with more than 4 seasons. I'm just not inclined to sit down and watch, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I mean, that's completely fair. I feel like they just need to like start wrapping up with the seasons, especially with how much more we need to cover. Speaking of wrapping up, production for the Supergirl movie has wrapped up, and that looks super cool. Pun not intended. I'm actually looking quite forward to it. It looks really good so far. What are your guys' thoughts?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it looks really good. The trailer just came out. It looks fantastic. It's slated for a release on June 26th. It's directed by Craig Gillespie, I think his name is. Gillespie, I don't know, but he directed I, Tonya and Cruella, so it's not James Gunn, but I have high hopes because both of those movies were
hey man, a good director's a good director.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So he has range, I'll give him that.
I feel like, especially, I mean, I love James Gunn's work, don't get me wrong, but I feel like if they're going to build up the new DCEU, they're going to have to bring in more talent than just only James Gunn. Because he's not just a director anymore. He's like overseeing the entire universe, which means you need to bring in some level of diversity when it comes to actually telling stories. Because I love the Superman movie, but if every single movie felt like the Superman movie, I feel like it would
get stale.
Yeah.
It would get stale.
It's kind of like the Snyderverse movies did. Like I enjoy the Snyderverse movies, but again, those were just, there wasn't enough like color to them, you know? Like I guess the most color I saw in the Snyderverse was in the Aquaman movies, and even then I wasn't too fond of the Aquaman movies.
Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of Aquaman, we got Jason Momoa as Lobo.
That's going to be interesting.
I'm really excited to see that. I love Jason Momoa so much.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, oddly enough, I feel like it fits him better than Aquaman does.
It does.
Like, I feel like Lobo is like the perfect character for Jason Momoa to play. Because I feel like it makes sense. Like his humor, his build, even just the hair, it matches up for Lobo.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see him as like an antagonist to Supergirl too.
Yeah, and I like the different tone that we're getting. Like, back on the topic of like how things are different from like James Gunn's take on movies, like I like that we're doing like a new director and like a different tone for this movie, because this Supergirl and this Superman are two very, very different characters.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like he's just some robotic drone where an entire building blows up and he's just like low-key like looks maxing at all these innocent civilians that just got blown to bits.
Looks maxing while saving a squirrel.
Yeah, no, literally.
No.
I mean, like, no offense to Henry Cavill, but there's certain points where it's like, oh, this doesn't feel like Superman.
It wasn't Henry Cavill's fault.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this new universe that they have everything set in, it feels like a lot more like DC. Like it feels more alive. It feels like an actual like comic book movie.
Yeah. It's like it's colorful.
Yeah,
it's bubbly,
exactly.
You know,
it's optimistic. It's hopeful.
Yeah, that's exactly what you look for in a superhero movie. At least that's what I do.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. It's
Save the doom and gloom for Batman and Gotham.
Exactly.
Well, everything else.
I mean, like even like with like the MCU, I feel like they've gotten to a point where things have become so bland. Like especially with all the newer MCU movies, like aside with all like kind of the same plots that they've kind of been reiterating and all the same monotone things they've been going for, I feel like it's just gotten like stale and too realistic to a point. And I don't know, especially with all like the multiverse mumbo jumbo they have going on. It's kind of nice to just see superhero movies just be exactly that, superhero movies. And for once not have it be like, oh no, this universal villain's coming from Dimension 85 to steal our resources or wipe out half the universe or whatever.
Yeah.
It's up to this street level superhero to stop them.
Exactly.
I feel like DC's really been picking up their weight the past few years between this new movie, Superman, the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you guys ever saw Birds of Prey back in 2020, but I thought Birds of Prey was pretty good. I never hear people talk about that movie.
I actually haven't seen Birds of Prey.
It's pretty good.
Because I do still love Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie is a fantastic Harley Quinn.
I am a Harley Quinn
No
fan until I
complaints.
die.
No complaints.
I feel like that movie just didn't get like the marketing that it needed for it.
I think it was like the COVID release too. I think it was like right around 2020 because I saw that movie in theaters and I still remember like the workers still had like their masks on and everything.
Yeah.
So
That'll do it.
But it was pretty good in its own right. It held its ground.
Speaking of something that's also pretty good, if not better, well, not better than DC, but still pretty good, Digimon. So there's a new Digimon release I hear that's coming out. So you want to expand upon that?
So we've gotten through 2 arcs of Digimon Beatbreak, both the first arc and the second one called the Tactics arc. So we are entering what looks like the 3rd arc for the series called the Gift arc.
The Gift arc?
The Gift arc, specifically in all caps, meaning it's not just like, oh, a gift. It's something else entirely. From what I can tell, it looks like we might be going back to the digital world.
Interesting.
Okay. Like, a lot of Digimon series have, in some way, shape, or form, a version of the digital world. Beatbreak so far hasn't touched that yet.
Interesting.
It's going kind of like the Tamers route, where we spend the first half of the series in the quote-unquote real world, our world, and then the second half, or like there's an arc dedicated to the digital world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Beatbreak, we haven't gone there yet, so I figured, hey, now might be a great time to introduce that.
I mean, it is kind of a gift to get something new. Speaking of gift to MUTV during One Day Give.
Absolutely.
But anyways, it's interesting to see them kind of going back to the digital world a little bit. I feel like a core part of Digimon is the digital world, so it'll be kind of nice to see that be re-explored, especially within like a more modern context as well.
Yeah.
So
I think they're making, because something I've noticed is that Beatbreak is sort of making up for a lot of the failures of like a previous series, especially the most recent series before it, Digimon Ghost Game, where we spent pretty much the entire series in the real world.
yeah.
And then in like the last 5 episodes, they decided the anime needed like an actual story. So they just chucked them into the digital world and
Bruh.
said, have fun.
Dude, how are you going to be a franchise named after digital monsters yet you don't even go to the digital world?
Yeah, they were
bro?
only in there for like, what, 5 minutes?
That's me trying to complete
Yeah.
my assignment when it's doing like 6 minutes, bro. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's one of the problems that Digimon Ghost Game had. It was a great series for most of its run. It's just that the ending was so rushed, because it was like, oh, we need to resolve all of this. Let's suddenly have a story in the last 5
Yeah.
episodes. And it's just like, what?
Yeah.
What?
I have no idea.
They built the entire series as like this sort of episodic thing, namely because the people running it, they didn't think people could pay attention to like an actual serialized story.
I mean,
So they made it in sort of like a format that people could just watch it while scrolling on their iPads or something.
I mean, yeah,
It
dude.
was made with like iPad kids in mind. That like I think that's not how you want to go with like a series like Digimon. With Beatbreak, they did a hard 180, and it's a
Yeah.
whole serialized story. So it's been more enjoyable on that front, and
Me,
yeah.
me when I'm in a media literacy or lack of media literacy competition and it's an iPad kid.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that'll be all we have for today. I'm your host, Max Vigue. Thanks to Reese and X for coming up and guesting. Stay tuned for more episodes coming out, and that'll be it. Have a good night, Millersville.